Well, happy Halloween, everybody. Welcome to all you paranormal enthusiasts to Over the Road Paranormal. This is the Pit Stop with Edward Janowski, which is me, by the way. In case you forgot who I am, you might have missed me. Um, Things have been a little crazy and hectic here the last 2 months. Of course, from previous episodes, we did the investigation weekend at Ashmore Estates and Bobby Mackey's, which we are still in the middle of evaluating and going through all that footage and recordings and everything. I mean, we got a ton of stuff to go through. We had some pretty interesting stuff happen. Got a wild hair flying there. Excuse me for a minute. Let's see. In the 2 months that have been going on, of course, I'm still with the same company. I've just changed jobs. I'm no longer a company driver. I'm now a lease operator. So I have a new truck. You notice the decorations aren't hanging up in the background yet. So still kind of getting used to the new way of working and trying to get into a schedule and a pattern and everything else. I got back into my medieval armored combat hobby. So, and then I got drafted into becoming an officer for that club. So I've been kind of preoccupied with trying to settle corporate matters and legal issues and get everything up and running. Get my glasses out of here so you don't get blinded from reflection. So we got a whole lot of things going on. Um, it's our first season didn't go nearly as well as I had hoped it would go or as expected. Um, I wanted to do a lot more investigations, put out a lot more actual episodes. As it turns out, I wound up doing more live broadcasts solo and just talking to you than instead of actually putting together some episodes, some investigations for you to check out. And we did have, I mean, it had some really good stuff going on there. And of course, Windows decided to do that one update on the Windows 10 platform, and whatever they did, as you know from the previous episode, it crashed my computer and screwed everything up. Um, I've got people working trying to recover uh, data and footage and whatever we can off of the copy from the hard drive. We've managed to get a little bit of stuff back. Um, I don't think it's enough to make a single episode. We're probably going to wind up taking it and doing kind of a live broadcast and showing what stuff we were able to recover, we were able to save. I think almost all of our forms and files are gone, so we got to kind of go back through and physically, manually reconstruct all of that again. I've got over 2,000 uh, haunted locations that were on file for investigation. So I'm going to have to try and recreate that all again, that's going to be a labor-intensive project. I'm sure it's probably going to get in the way of a lot of things, which, what can you do? I mean, we're computers, you got to love them, you got to hate them. I mean, they're a great tool, but at the same time, they've got their faults and their weaknesses. And unfortunately, Over the Road Paranormal got caught up in some of their weaknesses. We had stuff saved to the cloud, but the two cloud accounts, four cloud accounts that I've gone into, there's only a couple of things from a couple of different investigations. There's nothing. There's no single intact file anywhere that I can find. I got Jean, who is, as you guys may remember, she is my lead investigator and researcher. I've got her off. Hopefully, she still has a link to one of the original cloud accounts that we'd set up that had most of most of the files and stuff that we need in order to conduct an investigation. Hopefully, that's still intact. If not, it's gonna. I don't know. It's gonna be a big PITA, to put it mildly. So we'll see where that goes. Like I say, things have been very busy for me professionally with the career change. So it's like I haven't had a chance to really focus on that. Luckily, the footage and the recordings from Bobby Mackey's and Ashmore Estates was after the computer crash, so that's still there. Like I say, we're still analyzing all of that, going through it. We do have, I think it was the last episode where I had my guest from the Ashmore Estates investigation. We showed the one clip from the preliminary analysis with a really great EVP. If you go to the Ashmore Estates website, they put it up on their site, so you can go in and you can actually listen to it. It's really cool. We noticed a little later on that after the voice came across on that clip, there was music playing in there as well, and there was no music, there was no radio playing, nobody had a cell phone turned on, there wasn't a ringtone or anything. So not only do we have an EVP, but we have we have the voice coming across, but we also have this background music that is unexplainable. So that's really kind of cool. So like I said, we still got to go through the digital recorders and see if it got recorded on those as well. If it did, then we have a validation of what we caught on the video footage, which would be really, really cool, spectacular way to start season 2 out. Which is what we're going to do. Is we're going to start gearing up. I'm going to probably take a little bit of break from doing the live broadcast. Again, my apologies. I know you guys missed me, but I'm going to try and get these. Try and finish the analysis on these 2 investigations. Try to get the episodes put up and give you guys something really interesting to watch. We're kind of changing our format a little bit. Gene and Cindy, they're kind of branching away a little bit, and we won't see them nearly as much. Gene officially launched ParaAtlas, which is the research end of. It's actually separate from the company, but it's the research end of Overroad Paranormal. So if you're an investigator, an enthusiast, or you have a passing interest and you need some research on a location or a story or something, reach out to Jean at ParaAtlas. I believe it is actually ParaAtlas.com, and get a hold of her, and she will get you some of the most amazing research data that you have ever asked for in your life. And it's going to be a tool that I can see researchers and investigators all over the world are going to be using to great extent. It's not only going to be just research, but it's going to be an application that's going to be usable. It's going to be editable by the users. I think it's going to be a subscription service. I'll have to get Jean on as a special guest and have her explain how the whole thing is going to work. Her husband is the technical consultant instructor on it, so it's going to be a fantastic. I can't wait to use it. Besides actually just going and talking to Jean. Of course, I just enjoy talking to Jean. We have great conversations anyway. Season 2 is going to be, hopefully, it's going to be a whole lot busier than season 1 was. With the change in the career, once I get a little settled down into everything, I should have a little bit more time to do more investigations on my own and with the team. Um, next month, next month, I'm going to be doing an investigation closer to home down in Zephyr Hills, Florida. We're either going to we got one of two choices. I'm either going to go and we're going to go and investigate with a woman who claims that she is being visited by the spirit of a deceased friend of hers, or we're actually going to go to one of the cemeteries in the local area that has some interesting phenomena going on. There's a crossroads in there that people have experienced confusion, feelings of heaviness. I don't remember the whole list off the top of my head, but somebody also said something about seeing strange lights off in one corner there. So we're gonna go check that out and see what we can find. What else we got going on here? Uh, I put my list up and I didn't take notes. Being a very bad host, I don't have my notes here to kind of go over everything with you guys. Going to this next year, we're going to this next season, next season. We're going to do some UFO investigations. We've got a couple locations we're going to go into and we're going to set up on. We're going to bring in on the live broadcast. We're going to have more interviews and special guests to talk about things. I don't know exactly who just yet. I mean, I got a couple of people. I'm thinking maybe I'm going to invite J.B. Johnson because he was supposed to go to Ashmore Estates with us, and Bobby Mackey's, but he had a last minute scheduling conflict, so he couldn't make it. So I'm thinking about inviting him onto the show. I'm going to probably going to have Jimmy Boots Ventura back on again, and we'll talk a little bit more about his location. We're going to go up. Matter of fact, we're going to go to his place, and we're going to do a Gigantus Americanus investigation, which is the term that I use for what everybody calls Sasquatch and Bigfoot. And so we're going to see what we can find out up there. See if I can't get like a weekend off and go romping through the woods with Jimmy and see what we can find out up there. Yeah, there's going to be a couple other things we're going to be looking at. I'm going to go back and reinvestigate places where I lost footage, and redo the investigation on those. Two locations. I'm going to be teaming up with my younger brother. We're going to do an investigation. I think we're going to try and do the Joliet prison. He talked about wanting to do that, so we're going to see if we can't get in to do that. That would be kind of interesting considering we're both truck drivers, so getting in there at the same time with the same truck into their parking lot may be a bit of a challenge. But we'll see what happens with that. I'm also going to probably heading up into Iowa. Going to do an investigation with my younger sister again. She was with us on the Ashmore Estates. In fact, she was the one that was holding the camera that caught the really great EVP that we highlighted on the last episode. Let's see what else we got going on. Boy, I hate it when I get well. Like I said, I've got so many things on my mind that it's trying to keep track of them sometimes. And usually I have a notepad sitting right here in front of me. You can't see down here. I usually have a notepad sitting here so that I at least can glance at it and I know what I'm going to be talking about. But I don't even know where I put the notepad at. So that ought to be kind of interesting. Well, we got some comments going on. Oh, Psycho Ghost Trackers. How you doing there, Psycho? Glad you could make it in there tonight. Uh, you investigated the Juliet prison. Oh, awesome. We'll have to maybe if you have some. How do I do that? If you don't mind, if you would like to like maybe share a couple of clips, whatever. When we do the episode, we'll definitely give you full credits as when we air it. We'll show that it's actually your footage, and we'll compare it to what we get. Uh, that's totally up to you. We'll set that up if that's something that you're interested in doing. Uh, let's see what else we got going on. Well, like I said, well tonight I'm actually up in Liberal, Kansas. I'm waiting on a load that for some reason the paperwork is being held up on it. So, which kind of gives me a good excuse to actually sit down and do it at a broadcast. That's going down to Fort Worth. Now there's the what's it when you guys going? We don't actually have a date set on that yet. I actually my brother's truck was broke down. They wore the lobe off of one of the cams, and his engine almost blew up on him before they got it in. He just got the truck back, so naturally he's geared up towards trying to make up the money that he lost when the truck was down. So as soon as he gets that all set, then we're going to we'll talk about when we're going to go in. But I would assume that we'll probably, of course, we still got to talk to the managers of the place and set it all up. Find out about get permission about bringing in the trucks and stuff like that, because that gets kind of interesting when you drive a tractor trailer. People get really kind of funny about you parking, and which is one of the issues that we have with different Walmart stores, because we need to grocery shop too, but these Walmarts they'll purposely set up the parking lot so that we can't get in, and then they'll hang up all the signs telling us that we can't stop there. Was this? I've been doing paranormal for over 20 years. I'm from Northwest Indiana. Oh, all right, cool. Well, I definitely run through Indiana. Well, when I like running through Indiana. We will definitely drop me a note on. I think you follow me on Twitter if I remember right. Drop me a note, and we'll do a collaboration together. Psycho Ghost Trackers and Over the Road Paranormal. We'll go do an investigation together, and we'll create a whole episode. What do you think about that? How's that sound for an idea? And we'll do that we'll set that up for season 2. We'll get it done. I don't know how big your team is. I can't see anything from here. So. And anybody else is watching, I mean, feel free to drop in a comment, ask a question. I'm certainly not bashful. And all right, cool. All right, awesome. Like I say, send me a message either on Twitter or Facebook, whichever you're following me on, and we will. All right, you and your wife, cool. Yeah, and we'll schedule it up. We'll find a location that we can get to, and we'll go do it. uh, those fat fingers on a keyboard, boy, that's always fun, isn't it? I'm not going to put that up there. I'll let you keep that all to yourself. uh, All right, Psycho, I'm glad. Thanks for stopping in and sending some comments my way. We will definitely do a an investigation together. There's actually a couple places in Indiana that I want to do. I'm still trying to reach the owner of one particular property. It used to be a poorhouse down along I-70, just off of I-70. Young man by the name of David White turned me on to it, and I managed to figure out who the owner was. I just haven't been able to reach him to acquire permission to go do the investigation there. So that one is hopefully coming up for this next year too. Um, it was the something poor farm. Like I say, I'm sorry, I don't have any of my notes sitting here in front of me, so I can't rattle it off the top of my head. The shoulder's killing me. Snap, crackle, pop. We got anybody else in the chat room? Not looking like it. Okay. We got about 20 minutes in. Let's see, what else did we want to go over real quick? Well, I guess I could introduce you guys to my little friend back here. Come here, Georgie. Come here, come up here and say hi to everybody. This is Georgie. Georgie is going to be our little mascot. Hello, hello. And he's going to go in and we're going to use him for talking to kids about Bigfoot, cryptid animals, stuff like that. Anytime we get a situation. So thanks for stopping in, Georgie. You're quite welcome. And you can go back and lay down now. All right. So no, we've already done Ashmore Estates. I'm talking about we just did Ashmore Estates back in July. We did Ashmore Estates on the 26th, and we did or 24th, and we did Bobby Mackey's on the 26th. Let's see. I think I got it on my phone. Let's see. Pull it up here real quick. The place in Indiana would be Representative on the wrong page there. Of course, now the Rockville. There we go. Down in Rockville, at the Park County Courthouse in Rockville, Indiana. That's the place I'm talking about. It's just north of town. It's out by the golf course, I think it is. It's actually behind the golf course, if I remember right. That's the correctional facility. Where is it? Yep, Park County Poor Asylum. I found out who the owner is to it, and the last known address is in Indianapolis. So I'm still trying to reach him. He's an Indian fella. I guess he owns a convenience store down in Indianapolis, someplace. So I've either I haven't had a heck of a time trying to find a phone number for the place. So I don't. I think I sent out sent a letter to him, but I don't remember. But I actually got to get back on top of that. But if there's a location that you like, someplace that you've had that you and your wife have had really great experiences, and you've caught some really compelling data. Like I say, I would love to see it, love to hear it, and then we'll go in and we'll do we'll do an investigation and see if we can't validate what you caught, see if we can't expand upon it, because that's really what over the road paranormal is about is the validation and the expanding of the knowledge and creating a what's the word I'm looking for, a comprehensive uh, not comprehensive, but getting the community, getting the paranormal community, all the researchers and investigators to agree that what we found is something that, and something is measurable, that, and it's definitely, it's not a random occurrence, which is so much really what I mean, if we get it down to the brass tacks of it, everything that everybody has captured and has displayed, it's just a random occurrence until we can actually, recreate it, duplicate it, uh, independently from uh, validate each other's findings. Nope, I did. Oh, the truck went. Yep. Okay. We had a truck go by. I'm on Wi-Fi, so truck stop Wi-Fi is not real strong, but uh, especially if you're using the free side of it. And if somebody drives past between me and the building, it cuts off the signal. So, and it looks like the truck stop's starting to get a little bit busy. So we may actually wind up losing the broadcast altogether here. And just see the signal just dropped way down to almost nothing. So I don't know. Am I still broadcasting? It looks like I am. So, Psycho Ghost Trackers, definitely drop. I'll say it one more time here. Drop me a communicate, either Twitter, Facebook, email, on the website otrparanormal.com, and we'll get that whole thing going here right away. Uh, so, like maybe my next time or two through Indiana, we can set up and get an investigation going. So I guess I'm going to actually cut this broadcast short. And it was a pleasure talking to everybody. Y'all have a happy, safe Halloween. Don't eat too much candy. And okay, thank you. And so we will. I'll try and do another broadcast next week. I'm not going to commit on it just yet because things are still going back and forth. Like I said, I'm still trying to settle into the whole new aspect of the job. And so stay safe, stay curious, keep asking questions, and we'll see you next time. Thank you for stopping in.